country because of NYPD officers. Being an NYPD officer is more than just a job. It's a career.
As a housing neighborhood coordination officer, I have the time to really get to know the people in the buildings I serve. They really care about the safety of themselves, their families, and their homes. I get to go home every day feeling like I've made a difference because I've helped make sure all of these people are safe for another day.
Being an NYPD officer is more than a job. It's my career.
Start your career now by taking the NYPD police officer's exam, and you could be making up to $85,000 after 5.5 years, complete with a great pension and benefits.
Is fighting back COVID-19.
Our job is to reach out to anyone who tests positive for COVID-19.
Provide them with free resources and help them develop a care plan.
Stop the spread.
Get tested.
Hit accept.
1 in 4 pedestrian deaths and injuries involve turning vehicles. Turn slowly. Your choices matter.
So we're going to have you do it. Are you left-handed or right-handed?
Right-handed.
So with your left hand, you're going to make a fist, cover your chest, place the gun in your strong hand, stick the gun straight out, okay? And whenever you're ready, you're going to pull the trigger 15 times within a minute, starting now. Alright, so this is how we transition from one hand to the next. Finger off the trigger, bring the gun straight back into your chest, put the gun into the opposite hand. Good, covering your chest with the other hand, and again, stick it straight out, and it's going to be 15 times within a minute, starting now. Finger off the trigger, bring the gun straight back into your chest, and now to conclude the test, you pass.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hello, we're back with a walkthrough for the new, redesigned 311 mobile app. One of the things you'll notice when you first open the app is a totally redesigned NYC Today page. It gives users not just the parking, sanitation, and school information that they've come to rely on, but it now includes additional seasonal info. In this case, we can see where to vote in the upcoming primary and also find our hurricane zone. But that's not all. The NYC Today page has a great hidden feature. If you tap on the banner image like this, it will let you select any date and see the NYC Today info for that day, if the information is available. This improves on the previous version of the app, where you could only move ahead or back by swiping a single day at a time. Well, we hope you enjoy the new Today page as much as we do. Thanks for watching. Be sure to watch our other app tutorials and see more of our videos at youtube.com/NYC311.
On a subway, but have you ever been under one? These two subway cars, which recently ran on the city's E-Line, are now on custom rails at Transit Tech High School in Brooklyn, where students will have the chance to get in them and under them to train for jobs in the transportation industry.
We're pretty confident that the skills that they're going to learn here will be in use for at least the next 10 to 15 years. So, whereas what we had before, most of the systems that were in place were already obsolete.
We only had one before, and one car it was an old car, it was a red car. They don't even have red cars anymore. They have red cars since how long?
The MTA donated the two R42 cars after the school, the Department of Education, the United Federation of Teachers, and City Council Transportation Committee Chairman John Liu all got together to ask for them. They cut the ribbon on the cars last week, and students are excited to get to work.
It's going to help me a lot because I'm looking forward to getting into MTA, so that way if I do end up running a train or something like that, I could have hands-on feelings on what's going to go on after in my future.
Principal Calvar says the majority of Transit Tech graduates go on to college, and many pursue degrees in engineering and technology. About 10% of graduates go directly into the workforce, including the MTA. Students say the new cars will give them valuable real-world experience, no matter which path they choose.
It's going to give us a more updated advantage, knowing that we have the background from high school dealing with modern technology.
New York City, America's preeminent metropolis. 8 million people, the most densely populated urban center in the United States. But this enormous city's population and geography make it especially vulnerable to emergencies. If a fire, hurricane, or blackout occurs, are you prepared?
In an emergency, are you prepared to make decisions to help ensure the safety of you and your family? Do you have a plan? Are you ready, New York? New York City is no stranger when it comes to the forces of nature. We've been hit by hurricanes, heat waves, and winter storms. But we're also vulnerable to disasters such as power outages, building collapses, and fires.
From flash floods to tornadoes, weather extremes have been on the rise. As a result, New York's aging water, power, and transportation grids may be disrupted.
New York City, just in its geographical location, is a problem with emergencies and catastrophic events.
And weather extremes often have devastating effects on New York City's infrastructure.
But if a hurricane followed a critical path and created a storm surge, you could have a wall of water 21 feet, much of Lower Manhattan, the Bronx, all the airports would be underwater.
You've gotten a parking ticket, and without a doubt, you've earned it. Now what? You need to respond to a parking ticket within 30 days of receiving it, or you'll begin to get penalties that can really add up. For more information about paying a parking ticket, go to the finance section of nyc.gov. It's never convenient to get a parking ticket, but at least making a payment can be. To watch this video and others about navigating life in the city, click the Inform NYC logo on nyc.gov.
As the city's doctor, I need you to stay home to keep our city and fellow New Yorkers safe. When you go out, you risk contracting or spreading coronavirus to others and put lives at risk. Stay home, New York City.